Okay. Okay, okay. So, let's see. What's going on here? This is a voiceover of a video that I recorded without voicing over at the time, of course. Though I do wish I knew what was going on here in the video, right? Because, I'm not seeing the video change at all. There we go. It's actually started. So, crazy blades. Now since this is like a slightly different video format, there is, earlier today, right? On the Battle Nations server, there was actually an announcement, right? And this announcement was that they are going into maintenance today. Or maintenance, 7th of December, because that's the time that I'm voicing over this recording, which is from some point farther back. Either way. So, the announcement is that they're going to do, an extended maintenance period. Yeah, period. Status Watcher. Heads up, we will be entering a period of prolonged maintenance for the new update. So, realistically, later today, right? Or something like that. The update for this for the game might actually be out by the time I upload this video, which will be in like an hour or something from the time of recording, because of the fact that it is actually a 45-minute video that I'm voicing over. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. You get the picture, right? I'd say, or at least I hope so. And so with that, yeah. Now, don't know exactly what we'll be getting for the update, but can always hope that it is something pretty good, like, I think it's gonna be guilds, right? Or something like that, at the very least. I mean, I don't know for certain, of course, but that's the working theory, considering the recent talk of guilds and stuff. What I hope, I really hope, is that we get the prestige system, so we can actually use all the XP, because yeah, prestige system would be very nice to get like the prestige units and stuff, and getting the radio tech for what's it called, the Ancient Sentinel would be really nice too. Because that boss is pretty brutal, if I recall. I mean, I never actually beat it in the old game, so. Granted, keep in mind, I never beat any of the bosses except for the Ancient Construct in the old game. Because I didn't know what I was doing back then or something. pretty sure I attempted the bosses like the Dreadnought, the Kraken. I know I attempted Ancient Sentinel back in the old game too, at least a couple times. I just know that I never actually beat it. Or any of those except for the Construct. I do think somehow that I did like I don't know. Maybe I fought the Spider Boss Queen and beat that boss. I feel like I didn't though because I was super heavily like invested into like vehicles back in the old game, right? Like I never even leveled up the Wimp in the old game, of course. So I wouldn't have those for the Spider Wasp nest, which is, you know, like no vehicles allowed. Wouldn't have had portable walls leveled up or electric fences leveled up. I think the best thing I would have had for that boss back in the old game would have been the Power Loader Trooper. Mech Trooper or whatever it was called. Because I managed to get one of those or something at some point. I don't really remember if it was like special promotion or one of the RNG vault thingies or whatever. But yeah. I do know I fought the Spider Wasp Queen, but I don't think I beat that thing either. Although I might have. There is a chance that I might have. Because somehow I remember having the Spider Wasp egg, even though I don't think I could have beaten the Queen. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Maybe I did have the Spider. Maybe I actually did have a single boss drop in the old game, and that being the Spider Wasp egg. Huh. I could have sworn that I didn't get any boss drops in the old game. I don't really know. I don't remember. I do not remember. Maybe I'll figure it out someday, but does it really matter if I figure it out? No. Did I actually have the Spider Wasp egg? Probably not. Did I want the Spider Wasp egg? Probably. Did I know that it was just an electric fence? No, I did not know it was just an electric fence. Huh. Well, whatever. Back in the video that I'm voicing over, we got Silverwolf fighting. Isn't that cool? Must be cool, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's cool or not. It's probably about average. I mean, everyone's seen the fight with Silver Wolves, right? Oh yeah, there's the other thing that I want for the upcoming update, right? I want to be able to one-click and assist all friends or whatever. I think I talked about this in the video I recorded yesterday, except that video won't be out for a couple, like a week and a half or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to talk about it here too, because I feel like it. So yes, the idea, right, is based on like setting like filters, right, for what buildings the one-click assist will automatically assist. And I don't know. Basically the idea, right, was that the whole thing was to be able to press the single button and have the game locate and click on vehicle factories or whatever, or any other type of thing you want to specify. But I'm going to use vehicle factories for this example because, you know, gears, everyone likes gears. So what I want, right, is to be able to click the single button and have the game auto assist vehicle factories that are assistable on like any friends on the friend list, right? Because otherwise it's like trying to disperse all 50 assists across 100 people and searching for vehicle factories for 30 seconds on every base, checking to see if the vehicle factories are even like running and assistable. I don't know, it just takes like 10-15 minutes to go through a full friend list and assist all the vehicle factories that you want or whatever, or assist all the stuff that you want to assist. And I mean, I get that, it's part of the game, but I think it could be better if it was fast. And yeah. There's probably someone who's already like put this in the suggestions. Probably someone who's like, there's probably way better ideas than mine out there, even. But I think my idea is pretty good. Might not be, but might even be like annoying or really hard to implement. I'm not code savvy or whatever, so I don't know exactly how like the game code like actually would function, right? But I feel like it would be a very quality of life feature, is what I'm trying to say. We're trying to get at here. And I don't think you can really go wrong with the good quality of life features like that, right? I don't know. I don't feel like you can go wrong with it though. Maybe you can. But either way, right? Shouldn't be able to go wrong with good stuff like that. Huh. Now what? Now what to talk about? Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of talking about things, the poll from a couple of days ago about which boss is more painful to fight and which one to make a video on, and the options were the Dreadnought and the Kraken. So the results of that poll are that the Dreadnought is the most painful boss to fight. And most people wanted a Dreadnought video. There were some people who wanted a Kraken video instead, but they did agree that the Dreadnought was the most painful to fight. So what I'm thinking from that is that since I'll be going through all the footage anyways, and like getting the stuff edited and whatever, that I'll probably either make it one video including both bosses, sort of thing. Like one video that's a montage of losing stuff to either boss, or like, you know, general boss annoyance thingies, or two separate videos, one for each boss, right? But it is pretty clear that Dreadnought is the most painful. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I don't know exactly quite yet if it's gonna be of similar or it's gonna be of better quality than the MG turret video, right? But I can try, right? I don't really know if it's gonna be that good though, because I feel like that was like my greatest work of art, I suppose. I don't know. If we're calling this art, that was my greatest work of art, as far as this whole YouTubing thing goes. But if not, then still put the most effort into it of any other video, I guess. Sometimes, I mean, it is kind of weird, right? That there's like I don't really know. Like some people, I mean, I originally started this, right, as a pseudo challenge, where it's like no hospital or whatever, don't heal any units, so losing a unit is a permanent loss. And then at some point the game convinced me that that was a bad idea, and so I stopped doing that. I feel like it was probably the ancient construct when it killed like 2 super tanks and 3 tank killers, or 4 tank killers or whatever, and I just like, well, I only got 1 super tank and 1 tank killer left, and I can't build more super tanks because, you know, I'm broke or poor or whatever the heck. I may as well use the repair bay. Tank killers? Imagine this for a second, right? It costs 4 gears at a level 15 vehicle factory to build a brand new tank killer. And then imagine, right? The ancient construct gives 20 gears, right? So, if by some chance one was to lose 5 tank killers to the ancient construct, and one could not use the repair bay to repair the tank killers for single gear, then one would have profited 0 gears from that battle. And with lower level vehicle construction factory, you'd actually be losing gears from losing that many units. I mean, the steel is secondary in that case, since it's like just a time-gated sort of resource, but the gears, and any other tier 3 resource. Kinda not. Kind of a lot more rough is what I'm saying there. Or imagine this, right? Imagine naval combat, but you can't use the boat repair bay, and you also want to fight any naval boss ever. Yeah, exactly. You lose like 3 M10s or 5 R1s or whatever to a dreadnought attempt. You also lose a grouper, you also lose like the Bowies, and then if you're limiting yourself to not using the repair bay, yeah, you would not be doing the boss a second time until you like rebuild 5 more battleships or 5 more airplanes or anything like that. End up with a lot of dead units and a lot of units that you kinda just can't use. I mean, that specific thing, there's only like a couple units that would not suffer from that, and that's any unit that's cheap to produce. So like a machine gun turret or a wimp, those would be like prime, best of the best units, because they're cheap to produce, and you don't really need to heal them if you can produce them, technically. Just the only problem there is you can't get by on only those units. Some units for most of the things. I don't know. I feel like I've just talked for like way too long about something no one probably cares about. So yeah. Basically, it's like, see like that right there in the video. Imagine how bad any nano unit would be. Like, nano units are still good, right? But if you're unable to heal them, or if you had to heal them for the cost of their full nano price to buy a new one, you know, they would be really, really bad. Is what I'm getting at here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I am not, turtle shellers. But yeah, it's so expensive to build new units as opposed to healing units is what I'm getting at there. Even if it doesn't really matter because nobody cares, but I mean, I guess that would be like something that maybe some people would be interested in watching. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to have fun with the game instead of being, instead of arbitrarily locking myself into something that I just hated. Because, you know, when you can't heal a unit, losing any unit, especially a nano unit, is just like the worst feeling in all of existence or something like that. Sort of like, you know, if there was an option or whatever to have lost units not be healable, you just have to train a new one. I don't know. I keep going on about this as if it matters though. Does it matter? I have no idea. It probably doesn't. But whatever. You know, that's an interesting thing. The Mammoths count as vehicles, so they take damage from the EMP. Right? Isn't that kind of interesting? I mean, they obviously are the Raider equivalent of a vehicle or a tank, right? But at the same time, they're a Mammoth with like a couple of cannons strapped onto the sides, but you know, they're still a Mammoth. So it both makes sense and doesn't make sense at the same time, you know what I mean? I don't know. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Perhaps nothing. I don't know. I considered at one point making a video on the Wimp and the Wimp grind, but I kind of figured it would be like a really just like, you know, sifting through hours of footage of losing Wimps to random one-shots and doing like 3 damage one time a battle. Until finally you get the actual Wimp attacks and then it like actually does damage. It's like, it's not, it just did not seem like it would be interesting to watch, in my opinion. It did not seem like it. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty decent judgment of thingies. At least I feel like I know what I'm doing or talking about for most of the time. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I know what to do. I can talk about an amazing thing known as what the heck am I doing? So currently, the past version of myself, who is playing the game in this video, is obviously looking to build something at the dry dock. Perhaps a powerboat. Never know with these sort of things. Now it looks like building a battleship. And then going to fight some more naval combat. And ranking up the tentacles, I suspect. I mean, the tentacles are good, right? For what they are. They also, at the same time, really kind of suck. Like, they do like 600 damage on a crit right there, right? But at the same time, they have like really bad resistances compared to like the average baby grouper, and they have about the same HP as the baby grouper. I probably talked about this before, right? But what the tentacle really could use is like 200 more HP, or a change to its resistances, so that it like can actually tank more than one hit with its low HP pool, or it needs to not have 3-turn cooldown on its attacks at the start of the battle. Because it is just, it's good, right? But it's not as good as the Ironclad. And I don't know if it, like, even with all those changes, if it could be as good as the Ironclad. But it's just, you know, like, not quite as good. And I mean, yeah, of course it's not as good as, like, a ship that's immune to one of the literal worst status effects in all of naval combat. Yeah, I don't know. Boars. Boars are a little bit... I don't know, the lightning dragoons are very good versus the boars. They're not that great compared to the MG turret. I don't know. Not a whole lot to speak of here. Looks like the server maintenance, the maintenance period or whatever, is still not over. So I guess, yeah. Yeah. But the update is supposedly today, right? That's what that's what I think, anyways. That's what I believe to be the case. Scouts, the front row is an interesting choice there, as they're kind of not that durable, as evidenced, I guess, by them being dead. One of them being dead. Yeah, I don't know why that was the case, but oh, they cost bars to heal too. Scouts will get promoted or ranked up at some point. They do level up pretty fast. They do level up pretty fast. I mean, once the max level is 50, you can get the soldier ranked up again. Of course, the mega tanks will be there too, but the soldier is probably one of the better things to have access to. I don't know if it's not a better thing to have access to, but it's one of the things to have access to. Yeah, one of the things. Well, got approximately 9 minutes left here. 8.5 actually, but same difference, right? Same difference. Let's see, type something out. Yeah. Tank is useful for the Mammoths. It's actually more useful if you have the more useful if it's got the horizontal chemical attack, because that'll hit the entire front row if placed in the middle. Which speeds up the battle considerably, since it then halves the number of tank killers you actually need to win. It's kind of like half the number of attacks to actually win, also, but whatever. Yeah. Always nice to oh. Okay. Well, never mind on that. That was not what I was planning to cough or whatever. You know, actually, got a a great idea, right? And that idea is to do something known as that for a second. It's gotta be around here somewhere, right? No, not that one. It's one of these. That. No, not that either. Not any of those, actually. It's probably one of these, right? Oh, okay. I think. Yes, that looks like it. Yeah, I think that's the right one. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I'm after. Yep. And with that, that is the end. Yeah.